In the future, when sustainable green energy replaces fossil fuel as the main energy source, do you still think that nuclear power should be generated? And if not, what do you plan to do about the nuclear power plants?
Well, I hope that your dream is correct, that one day we get all of our electricity from the wind and the sun, something like that. But that day is a long way off because at this point, wind energy, let's just talk about wind and solar. We can talk about tidal and other things like that, but we'll stick with the most talked about renewables, which are wind and solar. They're wonderful for what they can do, but they cannot supply what is called baseload electricity, which is the steady, around-the-clock, day after day supply of electricity we need to run society. Wind is good, to add on, but there are, at this point, wind and solar are still weak and intermittent. Their capacity is about 25 to 35%, on a good day, 35%, but most, on an average day, more like 25%. Whereas the nuclear plant runs at over 95% capacity. I know in Japan, in Korea, your plants run at over 95%, as do ours in the United States. So wind power is good, and there's definitely a place for wind and solar, particularly in countries that are developing and may not have much infrastructure. That's where, like a solar pump in a village is a wonderful thing, because girls can go to school instead of going to the river to bring water to the village, or going to look for twigs to burn, supposing there's electricity for cooking. These are really important aspects to keep in mind, and renewables are very good in developing countries. I don't think at this point we can count on wind or solar to run a Hyundai plant, for example, or a Daewoo. You need that steady, powerful electricity that's always consistent. So I hope your dream comes true in the long run. But in the next few decades, let's say the next 3 decades, we need nuclear power. And when nuclear plants need to be shut down, they are shut down. I mean, that happens. They just get old and they aren't valuable anymore. And